My name is Horton. I'm pastor at Rockstar Church in Fort Worth, Texas, and this is The Refill. I want to talk about church for a moment. The Bible says in Hebrews chapter 10, and this is an often used, often quoted verse, that we should not forsake the assembling together of ourselves, the gathering together of ourselves as believers coming into God's house. Of course, when we come, there's encouragement, there's fellowship, there's prayer, there's corporate worship, there's a corporate worship experience that we cannot get other than to come into the body and the house of God. But lately, and over time, I've seen this trend grow of ministries, churches, everybody. The trend is to have church as short as you possibly can. I'm all for it. I love it. I think it's an amazing thing. I have a question though. Did this trend grow and become something because we as believers put a time limit on how much time we would spend in God's house? When we look around and think about the spectrum of our lives, I get it. You're busy, you have kids, you have a job, you have extracurricular activities with your kids, sports and so on and so forth, and music lessons and karate and whatever else you and your children do. You have so many things, so much stuff pulls on your time. And sometimes you just want to have time for yourself. You need to go on dates, you need to do whatever you need to do. But my question is, when did we tell God, I'll come to your house, but only if they get everything done within the allotted time I've given you? I don't think by any means that church has to be 4 hours long. If you have church for 4 hours long, that's incredible. I don't think there's any wasted moment in the presence of God. If you have church for 40 minutes, that's incredible, because there is, again, no wasted moment in the presence of God. What I believe, though, is we have to check our mindset and our perspective, because everything in our lives consumes time. But at what point did we get to the space in our minds and our lives and our hearts where we say, God, okay, I have to prioritize my time in your house, the same as doing laundry, the same as going to the movies, the same as going on a date. And so now we say, I'm willing to come to church and worship you, God, but only if it's in the time I've set aside in my schedule for you. I can only give you this much time. But when we think about it, our favorite TV shows are an hour long. Our movies are an hour and a half, 2 hours plus. A football game is 3.5 hours. So many things in our lives require so much time. And we don't have one complaint when it comes to those things. We go to work for 40 plus hours a week, some of us 50, 60 hours. We will do whatever it takes to appease everything in our lives when it comes to time, except church. I'm just encouraging us that when it comes to God's house and worshiping your God, that you give him more than to say, I only have this much time for you, God. Why don't you tell God, I'm just glad for the privilege and honor to get to be in your presence. And because I get to be in your presence, I'm thankful for every moment you allow me to be here, and I'll just rest. I'll sit at your feet. I'll worship you. I'll learn. I'll bless you. I'll appreciate you. And I'll encourage my brothers and sisters. God bless you.